JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, car mart dealer gunned down at bar in Manchester. Police are probing the murder of a car mart dealer who was shot dead at a bar in Hatfield, Manchester on Tuesday night. The victim has been identified as 38-year-old Devon Henry, otherwise called Shortman, a resident of George Reed district in the parish. It is reported that shortly after 8 p.m., Henry was among patrons in a bar when the gunman entered, posing as a customer before opening gunfire. Henry sustained gunshot wounds to his left side. He was rushed to hospital where he was pronounced dead. As of April 15, Manchester recorded 14 murders since the start of this year, compared to 9 for the corresponding period last year. Meanwhile, the police are reporting that following the killing of Henry, a gun and several rounds of ammunition was seized. According to the police on Tuesday, April 19, officers were summoned to a plaza in the community at approximately 9 p.m. Upon their arrival, the police found a man suffering from gunshot wounds. He was assisted to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Following their investigations, lawmen returned to the scene of the crime early Wednesday morning, where a Burson 9mm pistol, loaded with 9 9mm rounds of ammunition, was found in close proximity to where the shooting occurred a day earlier. No one has been arrested in connection with the gun find or the murder. Judge shocked after a convict gets job as orderly. A judge who convicted a man for a robbery some years ago was left surprised when he appeared recently in chambers at the Supreme Court to be the judge's orderly. When the man came into the judge's chambers, the judge was shocked to see him, and it is reported that the judge uttered, "But I know you." There was no response from the man in regards to the judge's remark. The man was accused of committing a robbery and was found guilty by the very judge who he was assigned to assist as an orderly. The matter was reported to court officials, and the orderly was transferred to the library. Following further investigations, the orderly was dismissed from the job. It is very frightening and embarrassing for all of us who work in the justice system that such an incident took place, because the criminal record for an employee must be produced before the hiring takes place, a senior member of staff said. This is a breach of protection for us as judges and a breach of security for the court, a judge remarked about the incident. Supreme Court and Court of Appeal judges are each assigned police personnel referred to as close protection officer. A decision was taken some time ago that the duties of those cops are solely to be bodyguards and they should offer no other assistance to the judges. Civilians were then employed as orderlies to assist the judges in carrying out their duties. I do hope that this incident will never happen again, because those who are in the position of hiring must ensure that all the relevant background checks, including criminal records, are done before someone is employed, the senior member of staff added. Woman swept away by floodwaters in Montego Bay is still not found. Rescue teams are yet to find the woman who was washed away with her granddaughter in Westgate, St. James, on Tuesday. The search for the woman resumed at 6 o'clock Wednesday morning in Westgate and its environs. It involves the Jamaica Defence Force Coast Guard, the Marine Police, and the Jamaica Fire Brigade. Kerry Gale Forbes, the acting public relations officer at the Fire Brigade, said that fireboats have been deployed to search a coastline, while other teams are searching riverbanks for Mrs. Walters. The Toyota Pro Box in which Mrs. Walters and the 3 other relatives were traveling has been located. A search of the car revealed that there was no one inside, so we have actually widened our search range to see if we can locate her today so that we can close off the search, said Forbes. He said civilians are also involved in the search. The body of Mrs. Walters' 12-year-old granddaughter Janelle Walters was discovered late Tuesday evening in the vicinity of the Montego Bay Wharf. Her 71-year-old husband and another grandchild, who is 25, were rescued. Man fatally stabbed in Moniue, suspect in custody. A man was fatally stabbed during a dispute with another in Riverhead District, Moniue, St. Anne on Easter Monday. That is 23-year-old Siobhan Harvey, otherwise called Mug, of Clapham District in Moniue. According to a release by the Corporate Communications Unit, CCU, Harvey was among a group of persons standing along the roadway in Riverhead District sometime after 10 p.m. when he was attacked by a man who used a knife to stab him in the chest. The police were summoned, and Harvey was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The alleged attacker was apprehended by the police and remains in police custody. Investigations are ongoing. No motive or suspect in shooting that injured 12. Police have neither established a motive nor identified any suspect in connection with last week's shooting of 12 people in Franklin Town, East Kingston. The 12, which included 6 men and 6 women, were shot and injured during a party in the community. Commanding officer for the Kingston Eastern Division, Superintendent Tommy Lee Chambers, said the police are yet to make a breakthrough their probe in the matter. "We are still doing our investigations," Superintendent Chambers said on Tuesday. She was unable to confirm if all of the injured people have been released from hospital, but said quite a number of them were sent home. It was reported that the party, for which a permit was granted, was being held at the intersection of Wellington Street, York Street and Lacey Road in Franklin Town. Police said about 11:05 p.m. a barrage of explosions were heard. When the shooting subsided, the 12 people were found suffering from gunshot wounds. They were escorted to the hospital. Trial of man accused of killing Linvale Bloomfield again postponed. The long-awaited murder trial of the man accused of killing former Portland Eastern Member of Parliament Dr. Linvale Bloomfield was this morning further postponed to October 31 in the Home Circuit Court. When the matter was called up, the prosecution informed the court that its main witness was off the island. Hence, a new trial date was scheduled and bail was extended for Simeon Sutherland. The Buff Bay, Portland resident was arrested and charged with murder and misprision of felony in connection with the stabbing death of the politician on February 2, 2019. He was arrested in 2019 by investigators from the Major Investigation Division, MID, after forensic evidence reportedly linked him to the scene of the crime. Bloomfield was found with multiple stab wounds by an employee at his home in the parish on the morning of the fatal attack. 2 knives that were recovered at the politician's house, along with a vest that was found in bushes near the premises, were said to be vital evidence in the case and were sent for forensic testing. Sutherland reportedly admitted to being with Bloomfield several hours prior to the politician's nude body being discovered with stab wounds, but denied knowing anything about the killing. Attorney at law Peter Champagne QC is representing the defendant. Man ordered to pay $300,000 after beating 19-year-old girlfriend. A 23-year-old man accused of viciously beating the mother of his 1-year-old child agreed to pay $300,000 in restitution when he appeared before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Tuesday. Javon Fang pleaded guilty to unlawful wounding and assault occasioning actual bodily harm after the court was told that, on March 16, he punched his 19-year-old girlfriend in the eye, kicked her, and then stepped on her head. When asked by senior parish judge Lauren Cole Montague why he assaulted the mother of his child on March 16, Fang, who confirmed that he works in a warehouse, simply said, "I didn't mean to." Not pleased with Fang's response, Cole Montague asked about his reason for the assault again, but he did not answer. The judge then said, "Pull down your mask and me so he's kicking people pitting like a ball." Upon seeing his face, Cole Montague went on to say, "You need to spend a night in jail." The complainant told the court that Fang also threatened to kill her after she reported him to the Trenchtown police station. "Miss, him say if me go back to the police station, him a go top me in my other eye and kill me," the 19-year-old said, adding that Fang has been following up with her since the incident. After hearing this, the judge asked the complainant if she had told the police about the threat, to which the teen answered, "Yes, miss." Turning to Fang, Cole Montague asked if he is willing to pay $300,000 in restitution, which he agreed to pay. Fang was remanded in custody until April 21 for sentencing. A fingerprint order was also made. Jamaica reports 35 new COVID-19 cases, 4 deaths. Jamaica on Tuesday reported 35 new cases of COVID-19, bringing the total number of confirmed cases reported on the island to 129,347. According to the latest statistics from the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the country also reported 4 more virus-related deaths. The death toll since the start of the pandemic now stands at 2,936. Of the newly reported cases, there were 17 females and 18 males, with ages ranging from 1 year to 71 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 16, Clarendon 8, St. James 8, St. Anne 3, St. Catherine 3, Hanover 2, Westmoreland 1 and St. Elizabeth 1. Portland, St. Thomas, Trelawney, Manchester and St. Mary recorded 0 cases. Meanwhile, the latest death is of a 91-year-old male from St. James, a 36-year-old female from St. James, a 90-year-old female from Trelawney, and a 28-year-old male from Trelawney. The deaths occurred between July 2021 to January 2022. The country also recorded 84 new recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 82,777. The country's positivity rate now stands at 7.4%. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.